Hello there! Apologies for the muffled voice at the moment. I just wanted to show you a demonstration of safety in this COVID world that we live in. So this video is a little bit controversial. Basically, me and Karin left Mercy Ships on the 10th, and the only flights available was a 5-day trip from Tenerife to Auckland. And part of that was a 2-night stay in Madrid. And so Tenerife is in the Canary Islands, and that is also technically part of Spain, and so it was a domestic flight into Madrid. And so when we pull up at our airport hotel, the lady checking us in says, "What are you going to do with your day tomorrow?" And we were like, just kind of hang out in the room. She's like, no, the metro is open, it's just down the road, you should go and sightsee. So we decide that we will go and sightsee for a day, and this is the video of how we spent one day in Madrid. It was actually really fun and a really big blessing because we've been very much stuck inside our hotel here in Auckland. Don't worry, we were very safe. We wore masks the whole time. I used more hand sanitizer in that one day than I have in my entire rest of my life combined. And we practiced social distancing really well. There were loads of people out. It was very normal to be out and about. Madrid has really opened up again, just with social distancing and making sure that everyone is staying nice and safe. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video because we definitely enjoyed our day. So this is us leaving the ship and taking our classic photo. And then in the airports, the only safety measure for COVID was to have no baggage trolleys, and so poor Karin and I had to lug our no-wheel duffel bags for so long, and we got laughed at so much. But don't worry, we made it. We had a nice sleep, and then we got up the next morning to go sightseeing. It was a beautiful day, and we just kind of went to the main city first. Then Karin showed me the shop. I've forgotten what it's called, but it was arguably the best shop I've ever been to. It had so much colourful, I'm going to call it colourful tat, and I love that kind of thing, and I had a ball. Then it was time for breakfast, and major regrets, I left my Mercy Ships drink bottle in this cafe, so that was absolutely devastating. But it was tasty, and the coffee was very much needed because we'd already been walking around with no coffee yet. Oh, then we went to a lolly shop, and it was pirate themed, and I took way too much footage in this lolly shop, but it had been so long since I'd seen different kind of lollies that we couldn't get on the ship. So I was very excited, and I actually bought lots of the like sparkly silver and gold almonds and these rock ones too, and I tried them at the end of the video if you want to hang around for me looking nasty but trying these lollies out. After breakfast, we just kind of wandered around. We found some beautiful churches and had a look through, and basically just enjoyed walking the city to get a really good feel for it. And it was such a nice day for just walking around and looking at everything. This is one of the main plazas with lots of food, cafes and things lining the outside. Then we went to the palace. Now this is where the day starts to go wrong. The queue to get into the palace was about a 2 or 3 hour wait, so we decide no thank you, we're just going to look at it from the outside, and we'll come back this afternoon and we'll queue up again this afternoon and go in later when it's not as warm. That didn't work, as you'll see later. Then I of course had pre-watched some YouTube to find out the exact places I wanted to eat, and I dragged Karin down to this cafe so that I could order a very specific custardy kind of croissant-y thing, and it was really good. So in classic me style, I looked up a bunch of YouTube videos of what to eat in Madrid, and I found this bakery with super cute packaging, and I ordered a Neapolitano crema flavor. Again, the guy told me that that's the best thing, so let's give it a go. Okay, it's pretty good. I like it. 9 out of 10 stars. So then we went inside one of the most famous churches in Madrid, and it is absolutely stunning, like breathtakingly beautiful, these buildings. And then after that, we decided to keep on walking to the other end of the city to go in the museums. But by the time we got there, we were so tired and hungry. It was about 3 o'clock. So we decided, you know what, let's just go and find some lunch instead. Had some lunch, had some sangria, felt so much better about the world. And then we decided to skip the museums and found instead a place I had again looked up to go and get some churros. Now this place is apparently famous. The walls were lined with photos of celebrities who have been to get their chocolate and churros here. But I will say I was a little bit surprised. That looks like molten chocolate. It's kind of not. It's actually like cocoa-y flavor and not all that sweet. So I ate the whole thing and did not regret it. Then we decided to go back to the palace, and this is us having regrets. We lined up again and queued, and just as we got to the front, they stopped letting people inside. And so then we just kind of sat outside in the grass in the sun for a while because we hadn't seen grass in a very, very, very long time. It's been a year since Karin had seen grass. So we enjoyed just sitting in the sun there. Did some more walking. The whole day we took so many steps, but we also had a lot of cake, so you know, it kind of balances out. At that point we decided we need a nap. So we went home, we had a nap and got ready for part 2 of the day. Part 2 included me taking us to one of the rooftop bars that is most famous for having an amazing view of Madrid. And it did. You could literally see the whole city. It was beautiful. All the staff and everyone were wearing masks. And again, we had another sangria. It was a common theme of this day, I will admit. And look at that, absolutely beautiful. It did kind of start to rain a little bit at that point, but we were not going inside. Then for dinner, we decided to head down to one of the most famous Tapas Streets, but because of COVID, it was all really, really shut and there were hardly any places open. So we actually ended up getting Argentinian food for dinner, which was a weird end to the day, but you know, never mind. And I think I put this shot in just to kind of show you how quiet it is. Normally this street is bustling, busy, packed, and it was not. It was very, very empty. So we decided, you know what, time for home, time for bed. So we got back on the subway and we went home. Then the next day it was time to fly, and it is really eerie flying in COVID times. This was the Madrid airport. It was empty, and then our flight actually only had 15 people on it. We went to Doha and then to Brisbane and Auckland, which is where I filmed this last part of the video. So while we were in Madrid, we went to this candy shop and I thought that these were like the most delicious thing I have ever seen. They just look so beautiful. Look at these shiny, beautiful little almonds. Like, look at that. Oh, nice. And I also got these almonds that look like rocks. Like, oh, I feel like you can't really see that, but it looks like a rock. So I'm gonna eat them and see if they taste as good as they look. No, they do not. That's quite disappointing actually. It's just like an almond with some sugar maybe. 4 out of 10 stars. That's disappointing. Oh well.